GMAN in the building. I appreciate you coming down, brother. Appreciate
Mate.
you coming down. It's been a while.
It's been a while since we've seen in person.
Yeah.
We've done it online a few times, but
Yeah.
crazy. First time seeing the studio.
Thank you.
Mate, it looks crazy. Crazy good.
You know what it is? I think, obviously, when I do my lives, you don't see it, do you?
No.
You only see like this section of the studio. And I feel like I've let myself down a bit by not doing enough of these, where you get to see everything. But look, we're leaving here in a couple of weeks' time, and hopefully people will be impressed with the new place. We'll try and add a few more features to it. But look, again, I can't thank you enough for coming down. You're obviously here for Artur Beterbiev, and I feel like we're going to get some inside track from you because you've been to the press conference, you were at the weigh-ins today. Have you started to notice, like I have, with people starting to shift their views that Yard's going to do this now?
Yeah, 100%. Like when I was at the press conference yesterday, it kind of took me back, the amount of people who were actually like adamant that they're picking Yarde.
Wow.
Because, and a lot of them, some were even going for Yarde on points, thinking that it's a distance kind of fight. And for me, it's like, wow, when this fight was talked about, I think 90% were saying just Beterbiev KO. And being at that conference, it has a different feel to it. Like when Kovalev Yarde happened, it kind of didn't feel real until they were in the ring. It was just such a strange kind of, because he was so inexperienced. With this, him and Tunde, they're quiet, they smiled the whole way through. Whereas I was sat a couple of rows down and I could see Beterbiev's cheekbones from where I was. I was like, he is struggling even now with that weight. And when you take that into consideration, turned 38 last week, it does kind of make you think.
Wait, 1 second. Has it got you as well?
No.
Has
Is
it flown over you as well? Are you now one of those people that are switching sides?
No, I'm still going. Look, I think Beterbiev is due a performance where he's going to look his age, but I don't think it's going to be this one.
What was your thoughts when the fight was first made? Like, you know, like when, I can't lie, when it was first made, I was like, Yarde has no chance he's going to get knocked out. I think I gave Yarde a 10% chance. Now, look, it's grown a bit to 20%, but it's not that much. It's still, for me, it will still be a massive, massive upset if he were to win. What were your opinions when the fight was first made?
Mate, my first thought was, well, that's the end of Yarde's career, because I thought he's going to get absolutely annihilated. I mean, bear in mind, he just beat a very good world champion in Joe Smith Jr. in 2 rounds.
Yeah, destroyed him.
And
And Joe Smith's a puncher.
yeah,
and
a
he
big
outpunched him.
unit of a guy. And I was like, no way Yarde's going to be able for this. But I don't know. It's just, I guess the more we've kind of, it has a feel to it that there is something's going to happen. You know, whether it's Yarde just buzzing Beterbiev or dropping him, but you get to feel there's drama in this fight. But I still feel it's just going to be Beterbiev, that power. I don't think Yarde's going to... You see, with Kovalev, he outboxed him and then stopped him when he got tired. Beterbiev's going to be hurting him from the first round.
Well, and the thing for me with Yarde, look, by the way, I want Yarde to win. Just from a local boy standpoint, it would be good to see another Brit get a world title. There's only, I think, 5 British male world champions. So you want us to kind of add to that collection. But the thing for me is, you beat Lyndon Arthur, fantastic, which was a good performance as well, by the way. I know he's had a fight in between, but the most recent big one was Lyndon Arthur. So you're going from, what's Lyndon Arthur?
British
European,
give or take.
So in on the world stage, that's C, D level, straight to the A god.
Yeah.
You're going from that to that note in between, where Beterbiev has been fighting A-level guys, Vosdick, Marcus Brown, Joe Smith, from a long time. So literally, from his 10th fight onwards, it's been B or A-level guys. So I don't know if Yarde has enough to bridge that gap. I don't know if freshness and youthfulness and punch power is enough to bridge the gap where you've not fought at world level since Kovalev, and that was 3 years ago.
3 years ago. And one thing Tunde was making note was the experience has changed. You know, they have more experience now than they did then. But it's like you fought Lyndon Arthur twice.
Yeah.
That's it, really. Like, I know it was good to come back and get that win, and, you know, you showed that you are better, but experience, like European level to world level, is still a big jump.
It's a massive jump.
Like, you can't, you could say we have more experience now, but it's like,
this is why I'm so surprised by the change in people's opinions. And I'm like, is it because Tunde's been quiet? You know, if Tunde was talking the talk, I think people would have been like, you know, Beterbiev going to destroy your guy, because there's this weird hate towards Tunde. Is it? I don't know if it's because other professionals have started jumping on the bandwagon. I saw Errol Spence the other day tweet something like he thinks Yarde's going to do it because Father Time will catch up with you. I'm like, what has happened? Like, normally it's like a 24/7 type program that gets us, and we're like, oh my god, this is going to happen. But we've not even seen any real behind the scenes stuff. So I don't know. Maybe because it's that. Maybe because everything's been a bit guarded and secretive. Everyone thinks something's going to happen. I'm not quite sure.
I don't know. It's weird like that as well. And yeah, Tunde's been, he said it himself, he's not going to do any, he didn't do any talking for this. It's going to just let Yarde do the talking in the ring. And yeah, it just has a weird feel to it. And I think, look, the age factor is a big thing. You know, Beterbiev, Kovalev wasn't even 38 when they fought. And yeah, Beterbiev is a fresh 38, but he's so many injuries. A kind of stop-start career over the last decade. He's been active, then inactive, and I don't know, you just do feel that there is a performance there where he is going to look his age, but it's hard to tell. I mean, look at Kovalev. You know, he looked great against Elite Alvarez, fight before Yarde. And he nearly got beat by Anthony Yarde. So you can have a great performance one fight, and then you're just that little fraction slower or just not sharp.
And look, as much as I think Beterbiev is the number one light heavyweight, just because of the catalogue tells me he is, right? Don't get me wrong, Bivol's done amazing stuff. I mean, he has been hurt in those fights. Those fights, especially Marcus Brown, that was a bit of a war. I mean, Vosdick was boxing brilliantly. That was good as well. Obviously, Joe Smith, he blew away. But it's not as though he's... I said this to someone the other day, like 18 fights, 18 wins, 18 knockouts doesn't really tell the story of all of his fights. Doesn't tell you Callum Johnson put him down. Do you know what I mean? The record says it's amazing and it's 100%, but you've got to look more into the record. But I'll go back to this. I don't know how you can go from fighting D-level guys to beating an A-level guy. I don't know. Doesn't mean you can't beat C and B, because he probably could Yarde. But that jump is a big one. And I know Tunde talks about experience, and I think he's talking about himself as well, not just Yarde, because obviously he messed up in the corner against Kovalev. That's why they brought James Cook on, to have another voice there, more experienced guy. So, man, it'll be the biggest upset. I mean, it'll be Don Curry, Lloyd Hunnigan stuff. Do you know what I mean? It'll be huge. It'll be Klitschko Fury. It'll be that big for me. It
would be crazy. Like, if he does do it, I mean, what a story. You just gotta look at the 3 years. What a story if he does do it and he brings those titles home to Stratford. But interesting you picked up about is Beterbiev. We look at the knockouts. We forget that he was actually behind in the Vosdick fight.
I think people forget
before
this.
the stoppage.
I think people forget this.
Losing the early rounds against Marcus Brown. The knockout record and how he breaks them down is so impressive. But it's not like he's going in there and just boom, it's over. And
no. It's not Golovkin. This isn't Golovkin where there are no knockdowns. Golovkin's not down on points. It's not that. The record will say it's that. It's not that. You can hurt him. You can outbox him. But then he gets to you. But I'm thinking, if Yarde has the chance that Callum Johnson had, Yarde's capitalised on that, because I think he's a bit more spiteful and he's a bit more accurate. And I think he's just better than Callum Johnson.
More confidence.
Callum Johnson looks like, whoa, I hit you? I landed? Exactly. Oh my God, wow, we've got, what do I do now, boss? Type thing. Whereas Yarde has this, and I have to rate Tunde on this, he's got this inner confidence that you just can't buy. You can't train. Do you know what I mean? You know, like when people talk about AJ lacks that. Whatever AJ lacks, Yarde's got. Yarde's got it 100%. I don't know where it's come from. I don't know if it's growing up. I'm not quite sure, but he's got that confidence.
He spoke about at the press conference being, I think he was 18-0, not knowing where Silly Binks in Russia is, and just having no doubts, just saying, I want a world title fight. I'll go to his backyard. And he went there and he didn't freeze. You know, for someone so inexperienced, and he lost, but he said himself he didn't know where it was, freezing cold, clearly the away fighter, no one there wanted him to win, and he didn't freeze.
You know what I find really amazing about that? You know, like as an amateur, you speak to a lot of these pros. As an amateur, they've done all that. They travel abroad. They go to these countries, and whether it be sort of national tournaments against each other or European, Olympic, whatever, they do it. Yarde had he had a handful, Haringey Cup. You know what I mean? So it's not like he experienced this as an amateur. Honestly, I find his mindset impressive beyond belief. And again, I think it's because of what Tunde drills into him all the time. But look, we're only a couple of days away. What are your final predictions? What are you thinking?
I still think we're going to see a shootout in this fight. I don't think we're going to see a boxing match. No way. I think that Yarde might try it, but if Beterbiev wants to fight, Yarde will engage. And all I can see is Beterbiev he's
grinding him down.
Experience. He knows how to deal with a shootout. He's had that in the past against Callum Johnson, and he'll catch him with something and just grind him down. However, if Yarde hits him, he'll hurt him, definitely. And Yarde, no disrespect to Callum Johnson, he's going to go for it. He's going to finish him.
Imagine a Yarde win and what that does. for Frank Warren. Because there's always this debate about Frank Warren stable and Matchroom stable. And look, obviously I work for DAZN, we cover Matchroom stuff. But you look at, you'd have Tyson Fury and he'll have, I guess what you could say was the number one light heavyweight if he does the job.
Exactly.
Honestly, it would be incredible. And then you just look at the options that are available to him after. And I've said this already. Beterbiev would want a rematch.
Yep.
Top rank and Bob Arum would want that. Callum Smith's waiting for a mandatory. Boatsi wants an all-British showdown. Canelo,
I was going to say,
will look at that.
He'll look at that and think,
Yarde, literally, if he wins, it's jackpot.
Oh yeah, he's the world at his feet. He's got big fights here. Canelo might look and think, how about I rematch Bivol for undisputed at light heavy instead of super middle? And he'd fancy, I'm sure, Yarde a lot more.
Of course he would. He'd fancy it.
Yeah. Even bring him over to the UK. Frank's top of the Emirates. There you go.
There you go. Honestly, so look, good luck to Anthony Yarde. It's not going to be. It's not going to be easy, but winning a world title shouldn't be easy.
Yeah, he's had 2 cracks, and we can't say he's had easy touches. Kovalev and Beterbiev don't get much trickier than that.
Yeah, it doesn't. Our lights just finally decided to come on and enter the building. Very quickly on this one, I think look, the 3 best light heavies, and no disrespect to Dan Aziz, but they are Callum Smith, Boatsi, and Yarde. Who do you think has the better opportunity in beating Beterbiev out of those 3?
That's a good question. In terms of how I see from least to most likely, Boatsi, I'd probably say Callum Smith and then Yarde.
Yeah,
I would.
So you think Yarde has the best chance?
I think Yarde has the best chance. I think Callum Smith can't deal with pressure, and Beterbiev would just, his whole rib cage would be shattered to pieces by the end of it.
The way I saw, and look, he's got better under Buddy McGirt, but the way in which I saw Canelo push him back, I'm thinking if Canelo can push you back, Beterbiev's not going to push you back. He's going to break you.
Yeah, he's going
to break you. And I think Boatsi is strong and he works on pressure as well. But Beterbiev just a bit too strong for him and just more seasoned and just more ready, just more man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He outmans you.
He would.
He outmans you. But look, looking forward to it. You surprised it's not on pay-per-view?
Yeah, delighted it's not on pay-per-view. Yeah. I mean, I really did. I think the rumour at the start was it would be on pay-per-view. Yeah. So thank God it's not. We get to watch this standard BT.
Yeah.
And it's a good card as well.
Yeah, I like it. Obviously, Moses Atuma's on there. We've got a world title flyweight fight as well.
Carol
Atuma. So 2 brothers together on the card.
Tommy
Fletcher's on there as well. Yeah. So really interesting. Card. I like it. Look, don't forget, we are doing a live watch along for this one. We're going to get going at 8:30, so it should be fun. We will cover, as GMAN just said, that we're going to cover the flyweight title fight. We'll cover Tommy Fletcher, and I think Moses is going to be high up on the card as well because he is the next superstar. But look, will Yarde cause the biggest upset we've seen since Lloyd Honeyghan, Don Curry? That's how big it is. This is how big it is. So I want him to get all the flowers if he does win. I just don't think he will, but I think it's going to be an amazing shootout for 6 rounds. Anyway, look, don't forget, subscribe to G-Man's YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description. Come on, we've got him over 10,000. He wants 20.
Yes.
He wants 20 now. We'll see what we can do. But look, have a good day, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.